Okay. Good evening. I certainly hope and pray that all is well. This is going to be really, really quick. I so I had a dream this morning. Okay, early morning, and I thought it was a little strange. But when I thought about it later, I was like, I wonder if this is like something going on somewhere. Okay, so I'll tell you the dream because I'm not really. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there's a case some going on somewhere. Maybe in search for, you know, a killer, a serial person. Okay, I don't know how else to say it. But I had a dream. So there was a woman named, I believe her name was May. I remember May. Was the name May? Okay, that was missing. Okay, like a middle-aged woman, Caucasian, white woman. I remember blonde hair. Okay, I don't know if it was um, like her natural color or not, but she was missing. It's kind of tall, not kind of tall. Okay, stout, heavy, especially in the midsection. A little more pale in color. And there was this thing about this woman named May that I believe her name was May that was missing, right? So it was like I was an observer. I wasn't like participating in it. I was an observer. And there I'm trying to remember the order. I don't remember the order, but I do remember at one point I think this woman, it was like she had a twin sister who was, searching for her. Okay, there's a search, people searching for this woman, May. Okay, I think the name was May. Okay, when I woke up, I was thinking May. Okay, I don't know if that's her name or in May, maybe something happened in May or whatever, but I remember the name May. And then there was, I don't know if this woman that's missing is alive or not, but anyway, she was wrapped in I remember the twin sister, looking down at a couch, okay, in a house, and the woman that was missing, her sister, was wrapped in a white sheet, completely covered, wrapped in a white sheet on this couch. Okay, at one point during, like, before that scene, that was the last thing that I saw. Okay, because I remember looking at her twin sister and she was looking down, and I said that must be her in that white sheet on that couch. But then at one point in the dream, there was a young black girl who got off work. Okay, and she needed a ride home. She didn't get an Uber, she didn't get a Lyft. She saw this man and asked him. I was At this point, I was scared as shit because although I was an observer, it was like I was in the back seat of this car and I didn't want to be seen. Okay, but I was watching. She didn't get an Uber. She didn't get a Lyft. She just asked this guy if he would give her a ride home. He was getting off work. I don't know if they worked at the same place, but he was in his car driving, and she just went up to his car and was like, "Would you take me home? Would you give me a ride home?" And he just kind of looked at her, said, "Yeah," and she got in the car. And he was black. He had glasses. He was thin, looked completely unassuming. I believe I remember a mustache. He had glasses, maybe like gold rim, nothing special glasses, and he just kept looking at her as he was driving. But he had this look like his thoughts was like, is she crazy? You know, like she doesn't know me or anything. But he also had this look like, he kept watching her, kept watching her, kept studying her and watching her like he was going to do something to her. Okay. And I looked over at the girl. Mind you, I'm in the back. Okay. Like I wasn't like physically in the car, but I was in the back watching the whole thing. But it was something in me like I didn't want to be detected either. And I looked over at her. I kept looking at her like when he was driving, but he was studying. He was looking at her more than he was driving. And like I said, at first it was like, is she crazy? But then his look became something else, like he was studying her. And I just knew, I said, this man gonna take this girl somewhere and do something to her. And um, she had on like maybe like a red what you call them kind of scarves. I mean, you can get them, you can get them from any damn where. Um, Hair store or whatever. They got black ones, they got red ones, they got white ones. Okay. Anyway, she had a headscarf on, she had her uniform on, and a little thin jacket. She had a few piercings because I only saw this side of her right ear. She had a few piercings in her ear. I remember like gold, maybe like a maybe like a diamond type earring or whatever, maybe a small gold hoop, something like that. And I'm looking at her like, doesn't she feel him watching her? Like the way he was looking at her again more than he was looking at the road. She never said anything. And I could feel, I was like, this man gonna do something to her. And I'm like, don't she feel that she's in danger? But at one point, she just was looking ahead. She was like eating something, and then next time I looked over at her, she had her headphones on and was writing or something like that, a notebook or something, as though she really did not feel. Because at first I was like, I know she gotta feel this man's energy, okay. But it was like I don't know if she did or she didn't, or if she was just thinking, he's gonna take me home, okay. But that's the last time I looked at her. And then that's when I saw the scene with this woman, May's twin sister, looking down at this couch, and this big woman that looked just, well, I don't know how she looked. I just know that was her twin sister. That's how the twin sister looked, the way I described, wrapped in a white sheet, like from head to toe. Okay. And that's all I got, honestly. And the only reason I'm sharing this, I was like, well, it just seemed like something so real out there because I'm not connected to that. I don't know any of these people. I've never seen any of these people a day in my life. It ain't none of these fools that I'm talking about on here that have been harassing me and shit. Okay, and I've never seen anybody like that. I can't tell you what kind of vehicle it was. It wasn't a car. It was more like maybe like a pickup truck style vehicle. I don't know cars. I know the ones that I drive. Okay, but I don't know cars. Okay, but it wasn't nothing special. He had like on like a uniform, but it was like a blue jacket, like it was a part of his uniform. Okay. He did have on some kind of like a cap, maybe like a blue baseball cap type thing. Looked like that could have been part of his job uniform as well. And again, I'm sharing it because, like I said, I don't know these people. I never seen them. Like it wasn't like, why would I be dreaming that? I'm not touched to this. It's like I'm observing it. And I said, maybe it's something that's happening out there somewhere. Maybe there is a woman that's missing. Maybe she does have a twin sister that's looking for her. Maybe she's not alive right now. Maybe I don't know if they know or if they don't know, but it was tied to that man in that car. That's how the dream went. I said, it's this man in his car. It was like they were looking for her, but there's like a serial killer out on the loose somewhere. And I said, it's this man right here because he's about to do something to this girl. And that's what the dream was. And that's what I realized in the dream. So I'm just sharing that in case somebody sees it. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if anything happening here locally. Okay. Could be something here local. I live in Northeast Ohio, Cleveland. But other than that, I don't know. So I thought, you should share that in case there is something going on. If they are looking for someone, I can't say that guy did it, But that's just in the dream that I had. That's damn sure what it was alluding to, and that he was about to do something to that girl. Okay, and that's all I got. You all have favor. Peace.